So tonight is the night. The Academy Awards is on tonight, 7 p.m. I look forward to the Academy Awards every year. I happen to like a good chunk of the stuff that gets nominated on a yearly basis. So I figured what would be fun right now is just kind of going over what my top 5 movies that have actually won Best Picture are. I will say a good chunk of the time, the stuff that ends up being my favorite of the awards nominated movies is not the one that wins Best Picture. But the 5 I have are pretty freaking great, and I love all 5 of these. So, yeah, we'll dive into it. I wish La La Land was part of this. Moonlight snuck in there. But, yeah, let's dive into my top 5 Best Picture winning movies. We're going to start this off in 5th place with the movie Spotlight. Spotlight kind of snuck in there and won at the end. I'm a big fan of like the investigative journalism type of movies. Like even Mark Ruffalo is in this, and I loved the movie Dark Water, which is another investigative journalism movie. Just that entire kind of subgenre of movies I enjoy quite a bit. This was a powerful, impactful movie about a very important subject matter with an absolutely killer cast and an amazing script. Like this thing was a home run all around, and it just kind of won a couple of the precursor awards, snuck in, boom, Best Picture winner. I'm kind of hoping for that for Holdovers tonight. I love Oppenheimer, and Oppenheimer realistically is what should and will win tonight. But Holdovers, I feel, has a slight chance. If it could pull off the couple of precursor awards, I feel like it might be on enough lists to have a chance. And that's my hope. Holdovers to pull a Spotlight. We'll see. Probably not. But yes, I do love Spotlight. Freaking great movie. And now that I'm talking about it, I actually would like to rewatch this. I might even rewatch it today. Who knows? In 4th place, we have the great Billy Wilder's The Apartment. This is a great release from Arrow, but this also has a 4K release. But yeah, The Apartment is a man who's trying to move up in his company, played by Jack Lemmon, who lets his apartment be pretty much rented out for the higher-ups to go have affairs. It's kind of a sleazy subject matter, especially for a 1960s movie, but it's done so freaking well. Shirley MacLaine is wonderful in this, and this deals with a pretty poignant subject matter with her character that really isn't talked about in that time period that much as well. Fred MacMurray is great as the slimy, sleazy boss. This is a wonderful movie. It's dark. It's definitely dark subject matter for the time, but it's great all around. I love The Apartment. This was actually, I just watched this for the first time only a handful of years ago. It wasn't all that long. And yeah, I get it. I love it. It's fantastic. Back in 1942, the world was introduced to the love romance of Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, and those two were magnificent on screen in Casablanca, one of the best romance movies out there, in my opinion. It has tons of memorable lines, and I suck at remembering quotes. I'm terrible at it. But this has memorable lines, great cinematography, fantastic acting, and this just always sticks with me. This is one of the best classics out there, in my opinion. I actually have a nice little like Casablanca area set up in my movie room because this movie is absolutely fantastic. And it's kind of wild that Michael Curtis, if I pronounce names awful a lot, even though I haven't heard them, I pronounce them wrong. But it's amazing that he directed this and Mildred Pierce in only a 3-year span. Those are both amazing movies. But yes, Humphrey Bogart, you can't deny those two. Look at those two. They are perfect on screen together. Casablanca, number 3. God, now I want to rewatch this too. I want to rewatch like everything I'm talking about. In the number 2 position is an international film winning Best Picture, which is not something that really happens. But Parasite. Bong Joon-ho directed this masterpiece of, I don't even know what genre. I can't even tell you the genre of this movie. I've seen this thing, I don't know, probably like 4 times now. I still don't know what the hell the genre is. This movie blends so much in this really intriguing story about the difference between, the haves and the have-nots. It's freaking wonderful. It goes crazy places. It's just magnificent. The cinematography, the freaking uh, script. I was gonna say score too, but everything. Actually, the score is great too. Everything about this movie is just top notch. Like seriously, top notch. Yeah, this movie's only a handful of years old, and I hope it kind of goes down as one of the best ever when it comes to Best Picture winners. We shall see. But yes, Parasite is freaking phenomenal. If you're not even a foreign language person, I feel like you can still work your way through this one with relative ease. It's not super complex with the dialogue. There's stretches of hardly any dialogue, but it's so good. So good. The angle of where I'm sitting, you might not be able to tell what my shirt is, but now you know. It is The Godfather, which is what I'm putting in the number one spot for Best Picture winners. The Godfather is freaking great. And if you're watching this, like, don't you mean The Godfather 2? I don't. I love The Godfather 2. The Godfather 2 is freaking great and definitely one of the best sequels ever. But as movies, I actually prefer the first Godfather. I prefer that kind of coming to his own and finding his place in the family for Michael, Al Pacino's character. I don't prefer the jumps in time in Godfather 2. It's wonderful for the story, but I prefer the more linear, straightforward of the first Godfather. The performances by everybody. James Caan stands out so much in this. James Caan was amazing in The Godfather. Just fantastic. Robert Duvall as like the second in command, freaking awesome. And I mean, I didn't even say anything about Brando because I mean, it's freaking Brando. He created one of the best characters of all time on screen. The Godfather, man, does it stand the test of time? I absolutely loved this movie. So yeah, if you are watching the Oscars tonight, I hope you have a fun time. I hope you enjoy it. It doesn't mean a whole lot. It's just, rich people giving rich people awards for the most part. But it's a celebration of movies, and I really, really enjoy it. It's just a fun night. It's a whole fun time to watch the Oscars, the whole awards season precursor up to the Oscars. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it if you watch. If you don't watch, hopefully you enjoyed some of these movies. The Oscars do talk about some really freaking great movies. But yeah, that is all I have. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite Best Picture winner down below, and I'll see you in the next one.